Think of it. At this time last year, the Giants came to the NFL scouting combine here in Indianapolis with tons of questions, mostly about who the heck was going to play quarterback for them in 2025. Remember, it was only 1 year ago. We were talking about Matt Stafford, who was thinking about leaving the Rams. The Giants were all in on him, were willing to pay him $50 million a year. At this time last year, we were hearing the first buzz about Aaron Rodgers reaching out to the Giants about possibly being their quarterback. So they were in real quarterback purgatory, the Giants, last year at this time. We did not know who the quarterback was going to be. Fast forward 1 year later, and Joe Schoen met with the media here in Indianapolis, and he said it is incredibly nice that you know that you have a quarterback in Jackson Dart. You know that you have the player that you're going to build around, and now he can go into this combine and look into this draft searching for other positions to augment and build around Jackson Dart. It's amazing how much things change in 1 year. Joe Schoen, quite frankly, seemed very relieved that he doesn't have to deal with quarterbacks this year. He's got his guys in place, Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston as the backup. Joe Schoen admitted that the past 6 weeks, it's been a real learning process with his new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. They're learning how to work together. By all accounts, they're working very well. They put together a very strong coaching staff together. Both those guys were involved in all the interviews. And, Joe Schoen said it's as simple as learning how to work with a guy. Do I go down into his office when I need something from him? Does he come down to my office? If I text him, does he call me back? Does he text me back? Is that the way he likes to communicate? So it's all a learning process, but John Harbaugh says things are going very well with Joe Schoen, and there's no reason to believe they're not. Joe Schoen kind of refuted any reports that he is less of a general manager than he was before John Harbaugh got here. He said, I am still the general manager. And indeed, he's doing all the functions and carrying out all the responsibilities that he was doing last year at this time. They did hire a new salary cap manager and contract negotiator in Dawn Aponte, very highly regarded, worked for the league, has worked for 3 other NFL teams. As a matter of fact, worked for the Miami Dolphins when Joe Schoen was in personnel for Miami. So Dawn Aponte and Joe Schoen have worked together in the past, but she is replacing Kevin Abrams, who was with the Giants for 26 years, in that role. So it is true that Dawn Aponte reports directly to John Harbaugh. That is a difference in the way the Giants have done things in the past, but that doesn't mean Joe Schoen is still not the general manager. And John Harbaugh said it is just the 3 of them now. Joe Schoen, John Harbaugh, and Dawn Aponte will be spearheading pretty much everything with the Giants, but it is Harbaugh and Schoen that do the bulk of, or really all of the personnel football roster building. Other than that, Joe Schoen said he'd like to re-sign Wan'Dale Robinson, Jermaine Illuminor, and Cordell Flott. John Harbaugh said he wants to re-sign all 3 of those guys. They'll see if it's feasible financially to do so. John Harbaugh said a lot of very interesting things here as well. He's learning the ropes. He's learning to be he's learning to be the head coach of the Giants after 18 years coming to the combine as the head coach of the Ravens. Harbaugh said things are going very well with Joe Schoen, and there's no reason to believe they're not. And he said he likes to spend his time here in Indianapolis, not so much watching the workouts, because those are televised. He can watch them wherever he wants as far as workouts of the players who are draft eligible. He likes to sit in his office. He makes a hotel room into an office, and he studies these players because he's behind in his studying with these guys after a season, after getting fired by the Ravens, after building a staff with the Giants. He now has to get up to speed with all these players. Sounds like he's doing that very well. So far, so good for the Giants here at the Scouting Combine.